Labour Party. Future.
Mr. Peter B.Y. campaigning for the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate in Anambra State, sending a clear message out there that he's going to contest the 2027 presidential election. He's not only going to contest, he is telling everyone that he's the better and the best candidate to fly the presidential ticket of any political party. And I think this message is directly being sent to Atiku Abubakar and everyone in that ADC. There is a coalition currently that's adopted ADC as a platform to contest the 2027 presidential election. This coalition was formed because in the 2023 presidential election, they felt their vote was split. So they thought it wise that in 2027, they should contest as a united opposition political parties. That's the reason for the formation of that coalition and adopting ADC as the political party. But the problem now in that coalition is who will emerge as the presidential candidate of ADC. This year is a challenge befalling ADC, and if the issue is not addressed on time, it is going to lead to the destruction of ADC even before the 2027 general election comes on. The purpose for the formation of ADC is to urge Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of office in 2027. Tinubu, a southerner from the southwest Nigeria, became the president in 2023. There is an unwritten rule for power rotation in Nigeria, and as a southerner, it is expected that he will complete 8 years before power will shift back to the north. In 2 years in office, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been a catastrophic failure. They desperately want to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu go. Nigerians wanted Bola Ahmed Tinubu gone in 2023, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, the oppositions were splitted. Atiku Abubakar contested in PDP, Peter Obi contested in the Labour Party. Peter Obi secures 6 million votes, Atiku Abubakar secures 7 million votes. The vote of Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Peter Obi is well enough to win a presidential election, but because they all contested on a different front, it enables Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president. Of course, we know that he was aided by the corrupt judiciary and INEC. So Nigerians are eagerly looking forward to a united front, of which there's a coalition so far. But like I said, the problem is who will emerge as the presidential candidate. Atiku Abubakar, who is a serial contestant, also wants to contest the 2027 presidential election. In 2027, Atiku Abubakar will be 80 plus years of age, but he still feels that he has something to offer Nigeria that other politicians in Nigeria cannot offer. It is this same desperation or this same belief of his that made him to contest in PDP, when it was being said that the party should zone their ticket to the south. But Atiku Abubakar refused and contested the primary. Of course, he won that primary. But ever since the primary was done and dusted, the PDP has never remained the same. Nyeso Wike that lost the primaries to Atiku Abubakar has refused to allow Atiku Abubakar and the PDP to breathe. He has been doing everything possible to destabilize the PDP, and the PDP is currently being destabilized. That's the reason why Atiku Abubakar has now joined the coalition in order to emerge as a presidential candidate. Atiku Abubakar contested in 2023. Atiku Abubakar is showing disregard to the zoning formula, which has also benefited him. In the 2014 APC primaries, 3 major northern candidates contested that primary: Muhammadu Buhari, Atiku Abubakar, and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Before the primaries was conducted, it was already agreed that President Muhammadu Buhari will emerge as the presidential flag bearer of APC because of his cult followership in the north. All they needed was just an alliance from the south, and President Muhammadu Buhari will win any election in Nigeria. And it worked. He emerged as the presidential candidate. Atiku Abubakar came second in that election. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso came third in that election. When Atiku Abubakar realized that the APC was no longer favoring him, he returned back to the PDP, the same PDP he destroyed before moving to the APC. And in 2019, the primaries in PDP that was held in Port Harcourt, it was unanimously zoned to the north. Atiku Abubakar contested that election alongside Tambuwa and Bukola Saraki. Now, it was expected that in 2023 that Atiku Abubakar and others will allow the southern candidates to contest the primary. But Atiku Abubakar decided to put himself into that primary and contested the primary. Of course, he lied that Nyesom Wike refused the party ticket to be zoned to the south. That was the reason why he decided to contest. But now you can all see that Nyesom Wike did not refuse. Atiku was the one that wanted to contest. If it was Nyesom Wike that prevented the party ticket to be zoned to the south, what is happening now? Nyesom Wike is currently not in ADC. Why hasn't the ADC zoned the party ticket to the south? Why is Atiku Abubakar insisting on being on the ballot? And this will beg for a question. What exactly is the reason for the formation of the ADC? What exactly is their motive? What exactly do they want to achieve? From events that have happened in the past few days, it is obvious that Atiku Abubakar is the one bankrolling this APC. He is not only bankrolling the ADC, he has people that are talking for him to make the optics to look in his favor. For instance, you have someone like Dele Momodu, a Southerner. He's campaigning for Atiku Abubakar to emerge as the presidential candidate of the ADC. Dele Momodu is saying that Atiku Abubakar is the only one that can defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You have someone like Kenneth Okonkwo, who was Mr. P2B's spokesperson in the 2023 presidential election. Kenneth Okonkwo is now leaning towards a northern presidency, despite that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will complete just 4 years in office in 2027. We're talking about a Southerner. These are all handwork of Atiku Abubakar. He has openly said that anyone that wants to win a presidential election should emerge through a primary. Of course, that is what Atiku Abubakar believes. You and I all know how corrupt Nigerian primary is. Dele Momodu, who has now become a spokesperson to Atiku Abubakar, in an interview recently, revealed that Nyesom Wike paid $30,000 to each delegate that participated in the 2023 PDP primaries. There were 767 accredited delegates that participated in that primaries. Atiku Abubakar received 371 votes, while Nyesom Wike got 237 votes. I don't know if Nyesom Wike paid every delegate in that primaries, but let us assume that Nyesom Wike paid 237 delegates $30,000. That would be an outrageous sum of money. Imagine what Nyesom Wike paid compared to what Atiku Abubakar paid in order to secure the ticket. This is what Atiku Abubakar wants. He wants the primaries to be open for everyone to come and contest because he believes that he can bamboozle everyone with his dollars. He believes that he can cheat his way. He believes that he can buy off any delegate in that primary and emerge as the presidential candidate. This was the same thing he wanted to do in the APC primaries, but the APC were very strategic and wise enough to unanimously ensure that Muhammadu Buhari emerged as the presidential candidate. And I'm very sure that Atiku Abubakar is also responsible to the crisis that is happening in Labour Party. Of course, he wants to destabilize Labour Party so that Mr. P2B will not have an alternative platform to contest in the 2027 presidential election. That's the reason why the coalition is there, and they have tried to get Mr. P2B to join the coalition. They want to use the hype, the popularity, the obedience movement to announce that coalition. And then when they get to the primaries, Atiku Abubakar will emerge as the presidential candidate. The electoral law forbids any politician to contest two primaries in two political parties. So when Mr. P2B participates in the ADC primaries, he will be ineligible to participate in another primary. That means his only option will be left for him to become Atiku Abubakar vice presidential candidate. But I think Mr. P2B understands the game they are trying to play. He's equally wise and strategic. After the coalition and ADC was unveiled, some politicians began decamping from their political parties to the ADC. For instance, David Mark left the PDP to the ADC, Rauf Aregbesola left the APC to the ADC. Even Atiku Abubakar has left the PDP to the ADC. But Mr. P2B came out to say, I am still a member of the Labour Party. I have not left the Labour Party. This clearly shows that Mr. P2B understands their game plan and he is taking their game to them. Mr. P2B understands that he cannot compete with these guys in the primary. Of course, they are going to bamboozle him out. They are going to wrestle him out. That's the reason why he has not fully decamped to the ADC. He's still in the Labour Party. If they don't do what he wants, he will remain in the Labour Party and contest the election. If they truly believe in winning the 2027 presidential election, then they need to field a southern candidate to take over from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Mr. P2B has made it very easy for them. If I win this election, I am going to rule for just 4 years in single term, and after that, I will return power back to the north. If you must remove a southern candidate who has ruled for just 4 years, then you must respect the zoning formula and allow another southern candidate to take over from him. In the whole of the south, there is no politician that can pull the level of popularity and influence that I can pull. I am the most popular politician in the south, not just the south, but the whole of Nigeria. In 2023, I contested the election under a relatively unknown political party, the Labour Party. I joined the Labour Party in 6 months and I was able to pull 6 million block votes. These were votes that were officially allotted to me. But I believe that my vote supersedes 6 million. As a matter of fact, I got 10 million votes in that election. I did this in a relatively unknown political party. I got more superior vote than Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar contested on a structured party with higher ward chairs, but I contested with a party without structure. I came in and I built my own structure. Whatever vote that Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar got in that election, majority of those votes came from the structured party they contested in. But every vote that I, Mr. Peter Obi, got in 2023, these are all my votes. Labour Party did not contribute a single vote to me. We are talking about a political party that got 5,000 votes in 2019 presidential election, but in 2023 presidential election, they did not just win the presidential election. Labour Party produced a governor, over 40 National Assembly members, and over 60 House of Assembly members in various states of the Federation. This has never happened before in the history of this country. There is only one man that can do that. Not Atiku Abubakar, not Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I, Mr. Peter Obi. So if you easily want to win this election, hand over the presidential ticket to me. Mr. Peter Obi's call or statement is not even in isolation. So many persons are also of the opinion that the party ticket should be zoned to the south. If you really want to defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you want Nigerians to believe you, if you want Nigerians to believe your intentions that they are genuine and not just for power consolidation or grabbing, then you should zone the party ticket to the south. Nigerians will prefer to vote a southern candidate in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu than vote a northerner. And I'm sure that the people in that coalition, they are aware. They are aware of all of this. They are aware of the optics. They are aware of what Nigerians want. But why exactly are we still dragging our feet regarding who we emerge as the presidential candidate in the ADC? The answer is simple. Because of greed. The greed of one man. The greed of Atiku Abubakar, who is so desperate to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is his said greed that killed PDP in 2014 when they all left to support President Muhammadu Buhari in the APC in the 2015 presidential election. It was also his said greed that killed the PDP in the 2023 presidential election when he decided to contest. Like I said, he lied that it was in Nyesom Wike that refused the party to zone the ticket to the south. Now that Nyesom Wike is not in ADC, who is holding ADC from zoning the party ticket to the south, of which we all know that it is actually the turn of the south, and that is the best thing for them to do if they intentionally want to win this election. Their desperation and way of manner makes one to wonder if they are actually working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu was able to emerge as a president with the help of the judiciary and the INEC because the oppositions were divided. Should the opposition be divided again in 2027, and with this our unreformed electoral law, then Bola Ahmed Tinubu is definitely going to emerge as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2027. Atiku Abubakar is the one that is standing in the way of Nigerians chasing away PDP and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't know why he is not seeing it this way, that he can be more of a statesman to Nigerians than a presidential candidate or a president. Supporting a younger, better, more competent and expertise candidate like Mr. Peter Obi will make Atiku Abubakar to write his name in the hallmark of fame as the best elder statesman in Nigerian politics. What exactly does Atiku Abubakar want to go to Aso Rock to do? That is how the desperation of President Muhammadu Buhari led to him to become a colossal failure. The desperation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has made him to become worse than President Muhammadu Buhari. Atiku Abubakar also wants to toy the line of colossal failures. He can become a better person. He can have his name in the mouth of every Nigerian if he sit back and support a better candidate than him. Of course, Mr. Peter Obi far supersedes whatever ideas Atiku have to offer to Nigerians. Mr. Peter Obi is even younger and he connects well with the people more than Atiku Abubakar. I still do not believe that at this point in time we are still dragging our feet on who we emerge as a presidential candidate of ADC. But however, Mr. Peter Obi has told him clearly, if you want to contest, I will also contest. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.
In a world full of noise, we're searching for the light. Cut through all the stories they whisper in the night. From the courtroom to the street, from the paper to your screen, we uncover in our face. We stand for what is right in every time and place.